Добрый вечер, дамы и господа, и уважаемые дети. Hello everyone, you are live on air 92.3 FM, Universal FM. We will be speaking English from 7 to 8 p.m. and 8 to 9 p.m. We will continue with interview and interesting facts in Russian language. This is Russian programming and was created for our friends. And we have interview today specially for all Russians and all Americans, anyone who wants to listen to us all over the world. Hello, Sydney.
Hello to you. Thanks for having me, Olga.
I know you have very interesting last name, Armani. So let's just be clear. Are you have anything to do with famous family Armani?
Well, I dress Armani suit. I'm fan of Armani collections, but I don't have any relationship to Giorgio.
So we kind of have relationship through the clothes because I have Armani suit because it's very hot right now, so I want it to look hot too. So, and those who cannot believe this can always look it up at our Ustream and connect with us through that. And if somebody will help me with Ustream, it's just suddenly stopped somehow. But anyway, you can see us at Ustream by finding Olga Show, and you will see us live. Otherwise, it's need to be restarted to start it again. And then we're gonna do probably save ourselves with music. Did you hear Russian music before? Can we play the music? So we can fix our equipment for Sydney, Armani. Yeah. Sydney, it's capital of Australia. And what we're gonna play, Timur? So our phone off the hook, so...
Мы сыграем песню из фильма «Ах, водевиль, водевиль», исполняет Жанна Рождественская. Песня называется «Ежедневно меняется мода».
Okay, let's fix this. Now it started probably to work. Let's see.
What's wrong with it?
Okay. Well, it's recording now. It just likes to play those jokes.
That's then they charge $100 and.
Yeah. For nothing.
Еще сюда поставь. Oops.
Okay, I just posted 3 tickets to the first 7 callers.
Alright.
Kind of like to see show that B in here.
So what does B stands for?
It's for our magazine. I want you to do come with that. We own a magazine. It's called Crowdfund Beat.
Okay.
It's here in London also.
Alright, I didn't travel to London yet.
Well,
So,
maybe you should.
yeah, I
A lot
thought
of-
it's too foggy there, but we're gonna find out about that. So, alright, let's turn off the phone temporarily, perhaps. How can I, see a little bit. So, right there, see 23:35. That's how much time we have. As soon as it comes to 1 minute, we have to be careful because commercials will just start without nobody's business because they are paying our time and we have to be nice to them. So we just go directly to commercials. But it's luckily not for too long, so we're gonna back on and. Okay. How do you like the music so far?
I like the music. Actually, I have a couple of friends. I was telling your assistant here. I work with a couple of Russian scientists. They do. They're exchanging Botox with a new cream. I need to have them introduce you to them.
Yes, American director has never known we're gonna sell it to all of us. We're gonna try on others first.
Today she's assistant.
What?
So that's a mom. It's not an assistant, but it's
Yeah,
a
my
mom.
mama is
Mom and
assistant,
assistant
yeah.
today. Now at the
Yeah,
show.
I will be. Yes, it's like.
Business is different, and here she's your assistant.
Well,
Or
she's
the
still
boss.
my boss. Yes, she would
Actually,
not.
that's her boss.
And, yeah, she's my boss,
For
and
supervisor.
we just kind of work with
30
each other.
seconds.
And how would I find this? Alright.
I like your dress. It's nice.
Well, thank you. And we are coming back on live on air Olga Show, and with us Sydney Armani. Hello, Sydney. We have a phone number to reach us at 408-912-5265. 408-912-5265. You can call right now, ask all the questions you want, our Sydney Armani, also me, in Russian, in English, even in Spanish, and we're gonna answer those questions for you. And then you can send us a question through Olga Show. It's a page on Facebook, also Olga Show Skype. You can call through Olga Show Skype, and then you can also reach us Olga Show 1. So, Sydney Armani, let's introduce you. I can see it's on your t-shirt said Crowd Fund B. All right, please explain that.
All right. Well, I wanted to first of all thank you for having me here, and thanks for your audience and Russian especially, and and listening to this show. And I'm grateful to be here. The crowdfunding is act passed in law in the United States last year of April 4th of 2012, and the Job Act allows the institutional and other people to create platform on the internet so they can do fundraising, whether it will be a reward crowdfunding, would it be a equity crowdfunding, would it be a fundraising. So there's a three type of the crowdfunding, which is allows people to go on the internet and contribute. And it's a very exciting way because now you can see the companies are looking for funding instead of going to the banks, instead of going to a lot of different venture capital or angel. They can come to the platform and introduce their products and have crowd to contribute and to be part of this excitement.
Yes, so then they should come to you and find those fundings?
Well, not to me. There's a lot of platform. Most famous one is right now is called Kickstarters. Kickstarters, you can go to Kickstarter and they put their programs and whatever they have as far as a project. It could be a movie. There's a lot of movies are being crowdfunded right now, and so they come up with the idea of a crowdfunding, and they put their platform, and perhaps people are contribute. And what we do basically, we are in the crowdfunding field. We have a magazine called CrowdFundBeat, crowdfundbeat.com, and we'll give you information about how crowdfunding can affect communities. And a lot of them has to do with they're building a school backyard in somewhere, and do for community, for theaters, all flatly just raising money for the businesses, and will be great.
Yes, I know that you also organizing the conferences. Can you tell us upcoming conference on May 8th from 6 to 9 p.m.?
Yes, I have a 6 and 9 at the Sheraton across the street from the Stanford University, in a great place. We have at 6 to 9, and what we do is over there basically we have a conference about crowdfunding, and we do a award. We have a startup pitch and contest. They come there and they talk about their products. So we have the people actually they vote and say which they're interested or not. It's a crowdfunding, live crowdfunding that we do. And it's a very, very engaging, and so that's what we do. We just had a very, very successful crowdfunding event. It was on April 4th, and we had guests from England, we had guests from Canada, Australia, and we had some Russian, guests actually in the local area. They were there, and it's a very exciting, platform, in the crowdfunding, and I highly recommend it. Anybody can go and choose find out what's all about crowdfunding. And it's a vertical market that can be very good for a lot of people. And they're trying to raise money for their ideas or startup and whatever they have, basically.
I know that you mentioned about conference in April 4th. You had Tim Draper, and I heard him few times already at my show from other venture capitalist, talking at my interviews. So he was a keynote speaker on April 4th, and would be nice if he would come for the interview one time, because I hear his name so many times. Maybe he will be coming here and talking, because it's nice to be privileged here when we not only at the conference seeing people, but have that preference to see and talk to you personally. And so if we can speak some of you keynote speakers here, I would like to make it happen for our listeners and viewers.
Oh, that would be great. I mean, Tim is a very exciting guy, and he's a very humble person. That I find out about him, that he's a funny guy, very, very serious in a lot of matters. He's internationally known about Silicon Valley, and that's what it's all about in Silicon Valley, to be humble, to do big stuff, but in a way, keep your feet on the ground. I'm hopefully he can come to your show.
And I would like to and I hope that from all of you keynote speakers also would have a chance to speak, maybe make a phone call or come live on our air show, and also all of the winners of pitch and demos you have at your conferences and meetups would be great to have them here as well.
Well, it's very interesting. You said that the winner of the last pitch, it's a company is called Will, and actually he was Antoine, and it's called Will Path, and we had a great audience, and we had great competitors, and he's Russian actually. He's a Russian descent, and he won the competition, and so he's coming on the May 8th and to get his award, and there's $1,000 award, and it's just symbolic, to giving the money, but he's already. We introduced him already to a couple of people, bankers and VCs, and he has a great projects, and so that's would be good. Path to Will, that's what it is. Company is.
Path to Will, very good. So I will have a chance to meet with him on May 8th and perhaps arrange his interview at our show one of these Saturdays.
Yes.
So that's why the winners would be double rewarded, not only with money, but perhaps with fame and marketing at our show.
Yeah.
And that's great, and press release. So I also would like to find out, how did you come with this idea to do crowdfund beat and crowdfundings and crowdsourcing conferences? What drove you to that?
Well, I'm very passionate. I've been to Silicon Valley since the 1995, in the heydays of the Silicon Valley. Started the Hotmail and other people, they were here. And, I brought a certain, instrument, actually, Minitel from France. And so I was here when I see excitement has happened here, and the crowdfunding is another, what I call it, the bold moment, that you see in life. Things are coming back, and it's a very great platform, and we're promoting crowdfunding. If anybody wants to know about crowdfunding, they can go to our site, SV Crowdfund, Silicon Valley Crowdfund, and we link to, they can start. We have a turnkey system. So, we like to promote crowdfunding. Crowdfunding exists from the day of, early days that you go to the church when you pass the plate, it's crowdfunding that you can. Now we have the systematic way of you going to the internet and you believing in a project, you invest, and it's happening. It's happening right now in London, it's happening in Amsterdam, it's happening in Australia. They're just going to pass the law in Korea and in Japan. So in US we already have this, and it's passed the law, but they're working on the next one, which is equity crowdfunding, which is very exciting. And I say everybody, they have to get, I get very excited about it. Just one of those things, the moment, that aha moment, and you go, and if internet's there, email there, you have bandwidth. Crowdfunding is very, very important. So I recommend anybody go to search to Google and put crowdfunding, learn about it. It's very new. It's a lot of businesses going to come to it. So it's a great opportunity for everybody out there, the listeners, and want to get to something new. And it's great. It's real.
I believe that a lot of people call into my cell phone instead of calling directly to the studio. So the phone at the studio 408-912-5265. So we will connect you live on air. And that way you can ask the question directly to Sydney. So 408-912-5265. And 7 first caller will receive free tickets to event which happening on May 8, 6 to 9 p.m. where you can meet Sydney, Armani, you can meet me, and my crew will be coming there. And also we have Rob. Rob, would you please come over here for a second and introduce yourself? Idea to IPO. He has so many meetups in Bay Area and Silicon Valley that I was lucky and fortunate to meet him accidentally. And I remember exactly when it's happened, at the day of the, what was the day, last day, they thought it would be end of the world. So we came to that seminar and said, if we will be still alive, we will come to his meetup and meet him personally. So would you please tell us, you don't need to have right now this until somebody else calls us, so just come on over here. And we're gonna share the mics with you. So, oops. Okay.
Okay.
So we have 3 mics right now, but we have lots of rooms.
Awesome.
So
Well,
please introduce yourself and tell us more. I kind of introduce you briefly.
Okay. Well, thanks for having me, and I'm excited to be here to have this platform. So Idea to IPO started essentially from a class I took at Stanford Continuing Studies. It was taught by Doug Kelly, who's with Alloy Ventures, and basically he traced a startup from an idea on a napkin to a business plan to launching a product to scale to an exit strategy. So the class was about 10 weeks long, and after it ended, we just kept it going by doing events, and a few years later we've got several events a week. We have several chapters in the Bay Area and around the country, so we're scaling. So we're partnering with Sydney on a lot of events related to crowdfunding, and we're really excited about the event this coming Wednesday. So I wanted to remind everybody, if you look in the comments, we are giving out a free ticket to the first 7 callers if you have a question about crowdfunding or entrepreneurship in general. So we're looking forward to getting some great comments from our audience.
Meetups. When did you start organizing meetups? Because, and what is that all about? I'm sorry,
Well,
I maybe missed it something.
Yeah, you can
because
listen, but let me just recap. So I took a class at Stanford Continuing Studies. It was called Silicon Valley Startup, Idea to IPO, and essentially tracing a startup from inception to an exit strategy, whether it be an IPO or a buyout. So kept it going by doing multiple events, and it's scaled pretty significantly now, where I would even venture to say we're almost like a virtual incubator, and we'll actually be partnering with some major players in the Valley to create sort of an incubator type entity to help entrepreneurs. So it's exciting. And again, we actually are excited about maybe partnering with you in the future by having our members who have great stories to tell to come on a Saturday night and tell their stories.
Yes, I would like to participate on this because I do love to promote the talent. I would like to be in the beginning of changing the world and technology and bring it all here and acknowledge I'm lucky to have bestsellers and also new CDs. It's in art and entertainment, but also technology that impresses me all the time. So we do have phone call, I believe, right? Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, so let's put our headsets and we will come back to that. Hello, you live on air, Olga Show. Who is this? Hello? What's your name? Yes, where are you calling from? Berkeley, California. Welcome. So what do you do in Berkeley, California?
I just need to take down your information, okay? So is it okay if we get your number? Okay. Okay.
Not yet. I heard about Hampton. I heard about Burger, but I did not hear the combination yet.
Okay.
Yes, it's becoming one of the best organic ingredient, as I learned from Food Show. I went to a big conference.
You're actually the next caller, so.
See.
Yeah, you're gonna go in there, so stay on line for a bit, okay? All right, thanks.
Wow. And you know what? You are lucky one because you're going to receive a free ticket to come into this conference because you have been trying through my cell phone and through the studio. So yes, I guess you found through search Olga Show. Yes, I'm getting on Google search very quickly these days. And yes, and I'm gonna meet you and you meet Sydney Armani. What, Sydney, do you think about his idea?
Well, it's a great idea, and we have a segment of the crowdfunding. There's a company called Food Start, and they are working on that. I'd be glad to introduce him to those guys. You know, he's actually operating in Washington State, in Seattle, and he's working with this kind of, any ventures about food, and Alex, actually, he's Russian too.
He's Russian, wow, Russians
actually.
everywhere.
Yeah, I know, and well, he's great, and he has a very good track record in his food industry, and be glad to introduce him to him about your project.
So I'm gonna bring all those Russians here. So instead of Saturday night partying and having long dinners, they will be at my show working just like me. But because I have fun, so I don't have to work. I'm always in love with my show and everything else I do. So all right, keep in touch and please follow us. Yes. Wow, what do you think about that? I think she should probably call and talk about something and ask a couple of questions because I want to hear what lady thinks being in business. Okay? All right,
Can I ask
great.
you How much so far? I want to ask you how much so far you raised. Good for you. Good for you. Good luck to you. Good.
All right, so let your girlfriend call us and give her perspective. And I have another phone call, and I will meet you definitely on next Wednesday, so May 8th. All right. Thank you so much for calling, and we see you soon.
Hey, how's it going?
So right now we have another phone call. Is that correct? We have like line of phone calls and line is blinking. But let's come back to Sydney before our
Commercial break.
our commercial break. Yes, coming soon. So tell me about your history. I know I briefly found out that you have some roots from Armenia.
Yes, it's actually my grandfather is Armenian. Just moved to Persia, and but I do have that. Some great. That's what my last name is, Armanian. We cut it down to Armani. So, but it's it's Armanian.
Right. So it would be interesting to kind of.
Oh yeah.
And
You're
very good. So looks like we have another phone call, and let's check this and see what you think about that. All right. Hello. Who is this? And the hemp business. So tell me, as woman to woman in business, how do you feel being entrepreneurial lady, standing up in the crowd and being ahead? Very good. So tell me, Sydney, what he thinks about women stepping up and doing startups.
Well, actually, and yeah, you're asking me.
Yeah, I'm asking
excuse me.
Sydney. Let's see what
Yeah,
he
well,
thinks
actually,
about it.
First of all, I'm very happy for you, and you know you're doing the right thing. I can feel that you have that passion in you, and that's for every entrepreneur out there. You know, you have to start with a passion and not to give up. You know, and women, especially in the business these days, and it has to be because the government has a special, you know, a program for the women-owned businesses, and so you can get to a lot, and you need to use those services. You know, they call it, you know, minority women-owned businesses, so you can get some contracts, actually, you know, preference to get, you know, some contract with a, you know, with a institution or with a company, with the government. So it's great. So you have some facility, but and I wish you the best. But what crowdfunding will do actually, it will give an opportunity for women to out there and to go and do funding, you know. And so here's what you done, you know, and you went to the, you know, this one of these platform, and you just keep going, you know. And I'm very wish you the best. And it seems like you have that what it takes.
And of course, because I like to eat good food, are you gonna bring your hamburgers you have been talking about? I'm like getting hungry already. Very good. So I can.
If I may,
eat.
so they can,
Yes.
you know, I can offer you come over there and bring a table. We have a table, so you can have a brochure of products over there. You can come present it to, you know, to at the event that we have in the May. So we'll, you know, and then we do this special, and that is a cost. But I want to be, if you may, so for that, well, we want to do it for you. We want to see what you have over there. So we're gonna give you a table reserved for you at no charge. You can bring your products over there. You can bring your brochure and present it to the other people in there.
Okay, so you have a free table and free samples. Congratulations! You just win a jackpot. Okay. And we're going to commercial break. Thank you for phone calls. Must be nice to be girlfriend and boyfriend together in business, both excited, supporting each other. I totally support that. Thank you, Sydney, supporting that as well. And excitement and support needed. Commercial break. Olga Show.
Спасибо, что
know
вы
that's
слушаете
legal?
программу
You know
«Русское
that's legal?
универсальное медиа».
That's what? The hamburger. It's probably got marijuana in it.
It doesn't matter, no.
Каждую
They can, you
субботу
know,
в
hemp
6
is not
часов
illegal.
I don't know.
No, it's not.
The
They
food
sell
is
clothes.
okay. They put seeds in the food, so yeah, I know it sounds bad,
Make
but
sure you
this
don't
is
eat any, okay? Make sure you don't eat any, okay? You're really forgetful enough
Listen,
that-
you
Now
know,
we'll be
I
like,
go to Amsterdam all the time.
That explains it.
No, but I don't.
good, we're getting
How long
trouble.
is the break?
Amsterdam is
You
my.
get calls, huh? That's cool when you get calls, huh?
Yes, right.
That's 408-727.
So we have another half an hour, so we have about 2 minutes of commercial breaks. And what we're gonna mention about your family more, your education, what's made you successful. I know you have Armani and Sons trading business. I kind of
Yeah,
went
you
through
saw
your,
that, yeah.
yeah,
I saw that one time. You,
yeah, I was like, oh, let me check it out quickly because I never met you, so might as well
I had
do
a
my
press pass
research.
waiting for you over there, actually. So when you came in at the press, you know, but you were in LA.
Yeah, I was in LA, so that was busy because they have big event and they never done Russian festival. And we had the Russian festival where I'm for almost 20 years helping in San-Francisco. So that would be May 19th. I will be there. After the show, we're gonna pack and go overnight, kind of driving.
Tonight.
No, 19th, 18th,
On the 19th,
19th,
oh,
yes, I'm still here. And then next weekend after that, we're going to Sacramento. They have another Russian event. We're going to be talking next week about that, where Kazaki. You know those on horses, Ukrainian ones? So we kind of have quite a busy event. Now we're going to learn some Russian language with you, 57 seconds. Which words you want to learn too? So being like on Russian programming.
Actually, I know Spasiba more than
Spasiba?
Spasiba because I was going to the, you know,
We're going to learn some Russian languages.
That's done.
До свидания. Well, до свидания means
Yeah.
goodbye.
yeah.
What about other ones? Привет
Привет. What is that?
Yes.
means hello,
Hello.
hi. And then what else we can say?
Well, you need to go to this bartender that I go all the time. He's a Russian in the El Fernayo. You know Alex? Alexia?
Alfernayo in Palo Alto?
Yeah, Alexia. Everybody knows him.
Ah, I don't know because I used to
should
go
go
there
there.
quite often, but then I stopped coming there.
Yeah, you should go there. He's a Russian.
It's
He's
one
a-
of my favorite
Yeah,
restaurants.
and he's one of the famous bartender.
No,
Okay,
I
you guys
don't
ready
know.
in 3 seconds?
All right.
Let's go.
Hello, we are back on live on air, Olga Show. You can call us at 408-912-5265, 408-912-5265. You can reach us through Olga Show Skype and Olga Show Skype, that's how exactly pronounced. Also, you can ask questions through Facebook, Olga Show, Olga Show 1 through Twitter, and Sydney Armani with us right now. Okay, Sydney, please tell us how long you are in America.
Well, and it's just a long way. I was 16 years old. That's 37 years ago. I came to America, and went to school in Georgia Tech in Georgia, and live in New York City for a long time, actually, in the Upper East Side, Manhattan. So travel all over the world, and I go and I try to get everywhere I could. We have an office in London, so I'm regularly in London, and I take vacation like everybody else, in Barcelona, and I meet a lot of Russians over there. They own a lot of restaurants in Costa Brava, near Barcelona, north of Barcelona. So I have good friends over there and artists.
Well, they can, they can always call us and speak some Russian.
Yeah, they should.
Because
They should.
I know we didn't advertise, we're kind of new and shy. I'm not a media person per se, I'm scientist, but I love people, I love technology, science and art, so that works for us because Olga Show supports technology, culture and people. Pretty much everything. Good food,
Yeah.
nice people, talented people, so that's good. Let them know about our show and they can call directly while you're at the table or just
having a good
visiting
I'm having a good time here.
So very good. Now tell us from your experience, did you learn any Russian language? Meeting so many Russian friends,
Well-
and, business owners?
No, I mean, I remember as a young person, going to school and I met a lot of, students, and actually I have a couple of people, good friend of mine, they're Russian, actually they're scientists, and they work in Berkeley and they come up with great products out there, in the community. And I was, like the Russians are very straightforward here and hardworking people, very intelligent, and so I'm very happy to know them artistically, As a kid, I always like Rachmaninoff, and ballet and other things, basically is in the Russian cultures, and I love it. I never been to Russia, I always wanted to go to St. Petersburg, would be a place to go, and or Moscow for that matters. But I met a lot of Russian friends, and in a variety of whether it would be in science or art. So I like that. That's very important, And I also like the Russian vodka. They know how to order a good vodka.
Okay, yeah, that's.
We don't have any here.
No, I don't promote vodka per se. I can say that I'm under 21, and
Okay,
that's
great.
forever because I don't drink alcohol, right?
Right.
So I can use that law for me, and that's how they say in America. If you're under 21, you're not allowed to drink alcohol. So I'm saying to everyone and myself, so if I don't drink alcohol, that makes me under 21.
That's great.
Okay,
But
so
they can drink at home, as everybody do it at home. Nobody drive around, and that's here. It's very tough to drive around over there. You get in a bus, you get in a metro, and other places actually. So
Yes.
it's different family environment.
Right. So tell me Russian words. Let's say спасибо. Do you know what it means? Спасибо.
Means thank you.
Yes, you're right. Wow. Okay. Привет.
Hello.
Hello. Yes. Как дела means how are you?
Yeah, как дела?
See, so that's would be good. And you can answer хорошо
Хорошо.
means good.
Good.
Okay.
Хорошо.
So and you can ask как бизнес.
What does that mean?
How's your business?
Как business. So it's
Yeah,
business
so
of
it's-
business.
Yeah, business is business.
That's great.
A
I say
manager.
so.
Or you can ask, кто президент твоей компании?
Tu president kai компания.
Yes, so it means who is the president of your company. President means,
Presidenta.
president or manager or director, all the same. So we just kind of took the words out of English and put it in our language. So see, it's easy. Manager, you can just say manager, and they will be given the name, and you can say telephone. So that means telephone number, and that's pretty much you can get all of the context without even knowing too much of a Russian language. Okay, so come back to business. You did some trading. What kind of trading it was? You had Armani and Sons trading company.
Yeah, we had Armani and Son trading company several years ago, and it was basically with a company that my dad started a long time ago. And we promote trade, free trade, and between there was several countries. I traveled as part of the United States, USP, overseas private investment, and USAID. So we go to a lot of companies, a lot of countries, and work, with the companies and the countries to promote free trade. And as a matter of fact, there is a new free trade that is just passed between U.S. and Russia. So I tell everybody take advantage of that. If they have products from there, they can bring it here. Whether it will be agricultural, I know Trader Joe, for instance, they like the products, and you can take it to them. And as far as the food, scientifically, we meet a lot of people. Actually, they come here, whether we're a student, they come here and do programming, and so it's a lot of programmer needed. So we have to take advantage of this free trade that exists between U.S. and a lot of other companies in China, and now it's Russia actually. So I did that. I started the companies and to go over this area and find out what we have to bring here in U.S. and also what we have to promote their trade from U.S. So I travel a lot of places actually.
So traveling in Amsterdam, London, Barcelona, America, and what is the best place for you to be, live, and have business? So it's kind of where you want to live and where you want to have a business.
Well, that's a very, somebody told me, what do you like? What do you like to be? I said, here. And that's my philosophy, here at that moment, at this moment. I'm very blessed to be here at this time, and I'm very blessed to be in Silicon Valley because it's a great place, it's a melting pot. Everybody from somewhere else, we have, it's all about idea. What you have is not what you come from. We just ask each other to learn about our food, our culture, to share. Silicon Valley is a great place, to be, and somebody else has come from everywhere in the world, as you know that, they, Sergey, from, he came from, his parents was, Russians, came here.
You mean the Google guy?
Exactly,
yes,
so, and the other
he was 6
people.
years old coming to here.
Well,
We're waiting for him here. I know he's preparing for a big conference coming up. It's also sold out in San Francisco. In 45 minutes, they sold out the conference. I guess Google Glass is quite a success.
Yeah, no, but he's a very humble person, as I understand. The last picture of him, I saw that he was just riding on the subway in New York City. It's just been, he want to be in, he doesn't want to be, big time, and a lot of these people, what I find out about the Silicon Valley, that I travel a lot of places, and it's nice to be in London, Amsterdam, Paris, and all those places, which I prefer mostly Spain. Spain is a good place to go and travel. If anybody not been to Spain, it's a good place. It's a very humble place. But Silicon Valley people, that they don't pretend, they don't show off. You can see Sergey sitting on the bus or sitting on the subway. Everybody is not, wearing the suits and other things. They do it for business, but in the personal life, and I hope he comes over here. If he's listening, Sergey, this is a great show. You can come over here and talk some. Maybe he speaks Russian, I don't know. Maybe you can teach him
we're
something.
gonna find out. We definitely need to work on Google improvement of translation, because I use sometimes Google Translation, and we have to work a little bit on that. So, and I'm pretty sure he's working on that too, with his team. But other than that, yes, we would like to see him here. We already had a chance to check his car, driving without a driver. Well, the driver is sitting there, but to be in the future, that's kind of interesting. So that's was something good to see. And of course, coming up conference in 14th, 15th, and 16th of May in San Francisco. That will give the opportunity for everyone to maybe catch up with Sergey and his Google team. So that would be interesting. From you being in Silicon Valley, what would you wish for our listeners and viewers to succeed, never give up, or for their businesses and life here?
Well, yeah, when that's when you said about my background and where I come, I remember I was 18 years old. I started, going, to just graduate and started here. My first business started, only lasted for 1 month. I didn't know what I was doing. I just wanted to open a corporation, and it was a great things, So I started and I learned after 1 month. I said, what am I doing here? But I learned how to, build a corporation. I'll build, file, and for licenses and not. And so, then I went back to school. I said, it's not time, Then I started a second business, it lasted for 1 year. And I failed again, the second year. First year, 1 month, second one, it was a 1 year. The third business, I was in the right place in the right time for beginning of the cellular phone, industry. It was 1988, and it was just cell phones were coming, mobile phone. And I knew this is going to be a great, and there's a lot of this opportunity. And the great thing about America being here, that it will allow you to, anybody can come and start something, and I started and I was in the right place in the right time. So I never give up. I can tell to your listeners, anybody out there, that if they fail, that's not a failure. It's just, like a hiccup. I can call it as a hiccup. They have to, start again, learn the experience, and collaborate. Collaboration is very important to any startup, anybody out there, because we have an old saying that one hand cannot plow. If you're doing something, you bring partners, and the partners, obviously have to know what it is, basically, and it has to bring something to the table. So you can do these things together and, bring two partners, like Google, there's two partners and other successful companies. But you have to bring your arrogance down. You need to listen. I learned to listen from my partners, whatever right or wrong. So whatever they do is basically to have a partners to start something, and they can make it. There's no problem. Always, there's a new things. Always learn, and the best thing right now is, that they can learn from other people's mistake, other people, how they done it, and that's they can go on forward.
Talking about mistakes, I heard this phrase that smart people learning from other people's mistakes, stupid people learning from their own mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
So do you agree with that?
I don't know. I don't know, but I know that that for me it's the if you dream, you have to live it. You dream as long as it's dream, that you have to make the dream. So you cannot. Hard work will pay. And if you work hard and you live it, and you have that finality, goal, and also there is this good thing saying that it's a journey, not the destination. Because you have to enjoy every moment of what you do. And we do. We create brand, we meet people. I talk to people. So I enjoy every moment of it, and everybody's out there that, they want to venture out. It's not like, I have seen people, they started in the late 60s, 70s, and they go back to the NBA in 40, their 40s, they're housewife, they have kids, they're retired. So, great thing is about America, you can start in those age, and the story is about that Kentucky Fried Chicken, Colonel Sanders.
Yes.
He started when he was 65 years old. He didn't have nothing. He just put his pots and pans, drive between one truck stop to another truck stop, and he had an idea, he had a recipe that he wanted. Obviously, I have to have something. So you gotta start. Whatever you do out there, if you have an idea, you're strong about it, bring some people, get some advice, just do it, and keep, be patient to do it.
So no age is the limit.
No.
We also talk about partners. Let's come back to it a little bit. Of course, partners are supposed to have trust to each other. They have to listen to each other's preferences. So I don't know how people will deal if one is alcoholic and another not, and one likes to party and another likes to work. But both they are talented. What do you think about that? Or maybe have problems with drug dealing or something. Because when people start to have money, they feel like, okay, I have to stop working, I have to relax, but I cannot relax naturally. I have to use some substance abuse. And then they go like, oh, let's use all of these horrible ingredients. Then what?
Well, I don't see, I think timing's changing. A lot of people are into the healthy living, healthy eating, and it's not many people out there trying to find somehow, to abuse their body and abuse themselves. If anybody has an idea, we just heard it from a listener has coming with some healthy food, and so I don't see that kind of, people that they have talent, and you want to have a partner with somebody, those things you'd have to take it in consideration. But I think timing changed. A lot of kids, they're not these days into this kind of a drug or anything that matters, and they are looking for the next big thing, next technology. They're sitting down and say, oh, can I make this app, can I do something? They're not thinking about these things, that's what, which is good and bad, because, I still like the kids, they go and see in front of their Facebook and sit down, they have to have 5,000 imaginary friends. Well, what is this friends? I want them to go out there a little bit, play around, playground, play soccer, play football, play basketball. And the sport is very important, to be healthy and, to be, so that's the main thing.
All right, so you support sports, and Facebook is good, but also personal connection.
Absolutely.
And communication is important. And I can see, I kind of learn a lot about you through LinkedIn and all of the Google search I could possibly find about you and your multiple businesses. Sydney Armani with us, 408-912-5265, 408-912-5265. And you can call us and ask a question, so you can always, of course, find me later at Olga Show, and I can forward those questions to him, because it's first time but not last time when you come in here, and I know that all of you winners at Peach and Demo can come here as well. And of course, personal contact is more interactive and interesting. When I see you and talking to you, I definitely learn a lot and get that influence by you, which I wish everybody can have right now, all of our viewers and listeners. So, being in California, nice weather. Of course, in Hawaii, it's much easier to get relaxed. In Hawaii, 27, 30 degrees. How do you feel about that right now? It's kind of easy to relax and go places and not to work. Do you see that among entrepreneurs, or they're mostly hardworking and can work like, I don't know, many hours?
Yeah, well, that's another notion that I like to have different opinion. I mean, I came here in 1995 in Silicon Valley. I came from a very energetic New York City, and never sleep, and 24/7, and everybody works over there. So I came over here, and it was the heydays of the Silicon Valley. It was the beginning of the Google beginning, and not Google. Actually, Google will not existed at the time. Hotmail, Yahoo, and eBay. I was here when I saw that, Pierre Omidyar, that he owns, eBay, that he was actually started, in his little garage in Menlo Park, and he was just, literally taking these, packages and ship it, from other. And a lot of people, they were sleeping in their offices. They were working very hard. I mean, it was, you go to every cafeteria, everywhere that you were going, basically, you see that people are, and they're working hard. They sleep. And there was a book about it, actually, and a PBS series about it. It's called, if I may say in the air, it was called, not about, it's called Nudies on the Late Shift. Mm-hmm. And it Nudies on the Late Shift, that is story of the Silicon Valley from, Steve Jobs, from, Hotmails, and, and how did Hotmail started? Hotmail started because two people at their office, they were trying to private email each other. And they decided, well, they cannot do that because the boss is going to find out what are they going to talk about. So they went and started a very simple idea of web-based, today we see it, but web-based email. So, and this is what's happening, is a lot of hard work, and that's what the fundamental and basically foundation for the great, Silicon Valley is started. Obviously helps having, HP and other chip manufacturers, Intel and other people, they were here, very serious stuff. But now I see it, that is excitement there, young people out there, they're all working on, application, other thing over there, but I don't see them, some of them are working hard as like we used to work. They although, like you said, they become very successful, and they feel that, they already made it. That's the problem is. They don't continue that hard work, to bring a good product out there. I end up, they get disappointed, and after a while, and that his problem is. You have to work hard to get there.
So you can relax, but not just relax and not do anything at all, because somebody else step on you and take that place, because they work harder, they learn more, they meet more people perhaps, they got more money, they were out there not just having fun, drinking, dancing, whatever, but they have been really working. Great. I receive a questions from Rob Lau. How is crowdfunding going to disrupt venture capital funding, if any?
No, it's actually crowdfunding is going to be not disrupting; it's going to be helping venture capitals. Because as you know, the way of getting money is a seed money. Then you go to the angel, and you have angel and super angels, and the VC. Crowdfunding will be a way of to test market and your products. You have an idea, you have a product, you come out there, and the crowd will say to you whether we like this product or not like this product, whether we want to put this money or not putting money. So it's a good key indicator for any VCs, any angels, that this product is gonna have buyer or not. So you're gonna see the real companies coming out there, and if they have a good products, like Pebble, that the Kickstarter started was a very smart watch that will talk to your iPhone, and it was great. And that guy wanted to raise about $100,000 and ended up getting about $8 million because people. And I was in London, I saw somebody showing proudly and said, "I got my Pebble." So it's gonna help a lot of these VCs people, and basically to kind of filter out that the kids need to go back to college, and get a good job, and nothing wrong with that. It's not everybody has to be a startup. They can experience and they learn that thing, go back to get a decent job. So not everybody out there has to be a startup. It's a good experience. You get a good job. You finish, first of all, you need to finish your education so you can get a good job and raise a good family.
So now, in terms of crowdfunding, would it be good or bad for entrepreneurs? So
it's a great tool, as I said. Will be a great for entrepreneur because this is way of an industrial, digital revolution. This is a second of. It's more to the crowdfunding that it's crowdfunding is a tool, industrial. I mean, they just raised $2 million for Zach Braff. He started a company, actually movie, and we had obviously for movies very good for all this. Directors and writers, and for the industrial revolution of happening in the digital is basically that for the first time crowd will say, smart crowd will tell them, to manufacture, hey, instead of you go is building us something and put it in the shelf in the Kmart or Walmart, other places, we want to be deciding how this product will look like. We're a crowd, we're gonna help you, we're gonna pay for it, we're gonna wait for it, and we want what we want. So this is a good thing for the crowdfunding. It's more than raising money, but it's raising idea, getting what exactly the crowd, is, deserve. That's what it is.
Okay, how about if crowdfunding would be good or bad for America?
Well, that's another thing. It's a great crowdfunding. To one simple, it's a great, for America. President Obama signed a bill last year in White House, and he called it a game changer. I mean, that's truly a game changer because for the first time, average American with the ideas, with a good entrepreneurship, they can go and be in the platform, and they have a real, and obviously they're going to be checked. Everybody what it is. So instead of waiting for the second round, going to the bank and going to lengthening of, and the banks are very tight right now, because after that. What happened, so they can go onto this platform and right away get some money if they have the good ideas and if they have a good product to deliver. So it's great for small businesses. We have two peer-to-peer crowdfunding that we just had a company called lending and actually in San-Francisco in a lending club, and they just got they do $35,000 peer-to-peer crowdfunding. So you can go, if you have $35,000, you can go get it for your paying the bills, another thing over there. You obviously have to have a good Friday, so you don't have to go to bank. So this is crowdfunding, but investors come, they just got funded another $125 million from Google, that lending club,
So that's wonderful.
Yeah, they just got it. So it's real, it's solid, it's good. It helps a lot of people to, to take them to the next level, not cash strapped.
So it's also helping businesses and helping America to grow business and also create jobs, and of course have better services available for everyone in the community. What about what you can say? Another question we received: what is innovative about your platform?
Okay. Well, before that, let me go back to the last question you asked me, because
Yeah.
it's not only America. I go, in London. I see these things working in Amsterdam, in Holland. In London is actually, a company called Cedars already getting up to £1 million, crowdfunding. So small business where the guy has an ice cream shop or cheese shop. So it's working. It's passing law right now. It's existing in Australia right now, and they're passing law in Korea, and they're passing law in Japan. So it's universal. This crowdfunding is not only for America. They find out this is a good way to and to basically to have this launch the business. The second question you asked me, what is our platform is going to be? I'm here, and I saw you doing streaming here, so long time. We listen to the radio, and we have to have our imaginative. It's still great. I love radio more than TV. Believe me, and you're doing a great job. I want to tell you, you have a good facility here. And
It's
the
a great
hospital,
room,
yeah.
yeah.
It's very good, and I always liked the radios. As a kid, you listen to the radio. You kind of you can close your eyes and see what's real is, what's not. Stories, music. It's still, I love the radio. I still love the radio, and I do interview in different places, but the radio is my favorite. And but we do have a streaming in here. So if anybody wants to see it, and they can look at us and say, what it is, and and so it exists. Very simple. Our
Right.
platform will allow, we are crowdfunding. We're doing a platform basically that they come and they pitch and demo their products, so we can live and put it on that platform basically, so they can see it. If somebody come over there, not very nice video and all those things, and they can say everything is very nice, and they can see it live. And what kind of, they can look at, search this guy's heart and see if he has a passion, or woman for that matter. Comes
Exactly.
over there, I'll have to be, I always promote woman-owned business because I think the woman has a lot to say. We have a great digital marketers which are more, the women, and basically.
Right.
So this is our platform basically. We show the people that how to, the person come over there and do that live.
All right, we have about 30 seconds, and the Russian way of saying goodbye and see you again, до свидания. You probably heard that.
Yeah.
До свид-
But I'm having a good time here. I don't want to say goodbye, but I want to wish everybody well. I want to thank you for having me, and thank you for your assistant and other job, and and control rooms, and But I want to wish everybody a good luck, and please, if you have any question, you can direct you and give me. I will
Yes,
answer
and
any
you can
question.
find us here at Olga Show.